as our good buddy, champion is Jay Wright. Mr. Wright, how are you today, pal, okay?
Hey, Chris, how you doing, buddy?
Congratulations, 2 championships in 3 years. That's a long way from Richardson and Speedy Clayton and Hofstra. I can guarantee you that, big guy.
I love it, man. I love it. It's still one of my thrills, man. You and Mike doing our game, doing our championship game at Hofstra is still one of my thrills, buddy.
But it shouldn't be. With your second championship in 3 years, Jay, give me your thoughts about doing this a second time. Does it feel as good as the first time? I know the first time, when every guy wins his first title, it seems there's a little something special with that first one. How about you here with the second one in 3 years?
Yeah, you know what? I feel like you get to enjoy it a lot more. The first time, you know the game's over and you're in shock and you don't know what to do, where to go. Everyone's pushing you here and there. And, the second time you know what you're going to do and you really get to enjoy it. You get to get up on stage. One of the things we got to do last night was we had a lot of our former players: Kerry Kittles, Tim Thomas, Randy Foy, Kyle Lowry, Ryan Archidiakono, Chris Jenkins, Josh Hart. All those guys were at the game with a lot of other guys. We got to get them up on the podium with us when we got the trophy. That was really cool. It's different, but it's really rewarding this time.
All right, what's the one game? I thought when you were down by 6 to West Virginia, 60-54. What's the one game here in the last 5? I'll forget the first round. What's the one game in the last 5 going in you were very nervous about?
Well, of the first 5, and good question, because the most nervous I was about was the Michigan game. But of the first 5, it was the West Virginia game, definitely. And at that point that you talked about, when second half when we went down 6, that was probably the most tense moment for us, because we had to call timeout and we were reeling a little bit. The pressure was starting to get to us. We were having a tough time. Their pressure was getting to us, and then they were getting out in transition, and we weren't able to get our defense set against them. If we didn't make a run there after they were up 6 and get that game, we went on a 5-0 run right there, where we got in one possession, we scored, and then we got fouled, hit a free throw, and got an offensive rebound. The rebound went out of bounds, and we got the ball back and got it right back to a 1-point game, luckily. That was probably the scariest moment for us.
All right, now, when you coach, now I don't know enough about it. It seems like, I know you have a system, but you allow your guys offensively to do what they want to do within reason. Brunson can come down and pull up and hit a 25-foot jump shot. The other kid who had a great game last night, you allow him to have leeway.
DiVincenzo.
I can't pronounce it. That's why I know who he is. I just can't pronounce. You got Spellman there with who is allowed to shoot threes. You let Pasquale do his thing. It seems like you give them carte blanche most of the time on offense. Play the defense right, but I'm going to let you do what you want on offense within reason. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's a pretty good explanation. That there is an organization to that when you have that freedom, and it is pretty much freedom for everybody, because they all work extremely hard on shooting. We spend a lot of time on that. So if we work on it like that, we want them to think like shooters and have the confidence and the freedom. And as you said, it's important that you get the confidence in shooting. We think from 2 ways. One, that you work on it every day, you practice your technique, you play that way every day. But 2, that whether you make or miss a shot isn't what's going to determine our success. It's going to be how we play on the other end, how we defend and rebound. So that gives you extra confidence.
No, it helps significantly. You still got this. You still got these great goals, Jay. I heard the press conference last night. I've been here for whatever it is. My wife went here. I love Philly. I didn't know you were an Eagle fan. I guess I'll give you that.
Oh yeah, season ticket holder, baby.
Yeah, maybe you were a Giant fan at Hofstra. I can guarantee you that. Giant fan at Hofstra.
No, I wasn't. No, man, I was Jets.
You were Jets. Okay, you were Jets.
They were on our campus.
Yeah, right there. Listen, you're so how are you so nonplussed about this? I mean, look, you're coming on a radio show at 12 hours after you won. You go on Steve Torrey, for crying out loud. I see on the Mike Tribute show going out there to Long Island. You did that too. Nothing seems to faze you. How come?
I just feel real fortunate to be in the position I am, and I like I like my friends that I knew before I was a coach or when we were starting. That's why I always love coming on your show. I mean, number one, I always loved listening to you guys. But when you guys did that for us, man, when you guys came out to Hofstra, you and Mike, and you did those 2 games, that was no one. There was no reason to do that. It's just fun and helping us out. You guys used to help us out. So you remember those people the most, and I just feel real fortunate to be in the spot I'm in. So there's no reason to look elsewhere or get too crazy about it. I love coaching these guys. I love the school, and I love the relationship with the guys the most. That's what I like about my job.
Will you take a little blow now? You go right to recruiting? You go find a golf course somewhere in warm weather? What would Jay Wright do the next couple of weeks?
We got a crazy week because we're gonna have a parade here. I don't know if you can hear the sirens, but we're having.
I do it. I hear it. I hear the sirens. Yep.
So I apologize for that, but we have a parade here Thursday in Philly, and then Jalen Brunson is getting the Bob Cousy Award in L.A. Mikal Bridges is getting the Julius Erving Award. So we got to go out to L.A. for 3 days for that, and then we're in recruiting. So we're right back at it, man. But I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Jay, nobody deserves it more than you know. Jay, right now, you don't want to believe this. Right now, you got probably top 2 or 3 programs in the country, and I can bring up Calipari and Krzyzewski and Roy, Boeheim, Izzo, Self. You are right there in the mix, and a lot of people think with the 2 championships, you, Williams, and Krzyzewski, only active coaches in college basketball with more than 1 title. How's that feel?
Wow, it's mind blowing. It really is. I don't even consider myself with those guys. I got into the business, watching those guys, learning from those guys. So it's hard to get my head around that, honestly, Chris.
Jay, congratulations. I appreciate you giving us a call. Always a pleasure to talk to you. When you're in New York, you stop in that studio, will you please? Tori will.
You got it, buddy. Tell my man Steve.
Tori will love to have you on. I promise you. Keep up the good. By the way, how about an invite for a little golf for me? How about calling me up in the summertime and get me down on Marion? That put you on Marion right now. Let's go. What are you doing here for crying out loud?
Oh yeah, man. We love you. Yeah, but you know what? All our alums are New York, dog. They'd like me to take you to. They'd like me to take you to Westchester or Baltusrol or something with all the Villanova people. That's what they're the ones that love you.
Well, I will do that for you. Anything.
Right,
you're the best, Jay. Congratulations. Thanks very much. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Chris.
All right, very good. Jay Wright. There you have it. That's a heck of an hour right there. You did Fred Couples on the Masters, and you did Jay Wright. I'm not going to have Steve do an update. Yankees lead 4-1, and the Royals beat the Tigers, and there you go. Hello there, Stephen. How are you?
Okay. Funny how you're able to throw my name out there and take shots during the interview.
Well, I think that is why he's such a great guy.
Oh, yeah, it's a perfect example.
Yeah, that's why I bring it up.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just getting yourself started in his talk show career, all right? And he couldn't be nicer to you. That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
I mean, with me, he's got an excuse. Well, he did the games. I owe him one. I got to go do a show for him.
Yeah, I mean,
you have never done anything for Jay, and Jay does anything for you.
Well, here, two things. So one, when I was at Wins, he was at Hofstra. Not to your level when you and Mike were doing play-by-play out there, but I put him on. Just interviewed him over the phone and played. So he remembered my name. I told you one time when he was at Nova and I was still at Wins, and they made the East Regional semifinal at the Carrier Dome and they lost to Carolina. He called me from his breakfast on the day of a game because I had him on when he was at Hofstra. He's that kind of guy. He remembers. He's a good dude.
Oh, he's very good.
Obviously last year when he had the book out after he won his national title, he came in here, and I probably was one of the only guys that read it. I mean, his wife, she grabbed my hand. She goes, "That's so sweet that you actually read the book." So he remembers those kind of things, and so it paid off,
Hard not to like Jay Wright.
He really is. He's just a good dude. That's all there is to it.
Hard not to like. And I tell you, Freddie Couples did a good job today, too.
Very good. Excellent. That was interesting about the dinner tonight. I was into that.
Yeah, very into. I was into that too. You know, they're right. What Sergio's put together, the 32 people, they're out at 8:55. I was totally into that. I got to get down there one day. So are you, Steve. Play a little golf.
You have to get down there. I mean,
no cell phone, Steve. No Yankee Rays score on the 11th hole at Augusta. When you go play Augusta,
well,
Steve,
I think
you put the cell phones
I think
away.
in April I could probably handle that. You know?